And you can join us on Facebook Live right now as we talk with John Miller in the studio this morning, talking about what is going to be a very, very big event. The Jimmy Stewart Airport Air Show is coming up on June 9th and 10th. And, well, John, you're a member of the committee, and this is a really, really big deal this year, isn't it? It's a brand new era for the air show.
It's a brand new era. Not to discount any of the air festivals that we've had in the past. They were very well done, and it's mainly because of them that we've moved to the next step with the air show. So this year, performers, a lot more activities on the airport, a lot more food vendors, and then, of course, the hangar dance on Saturday night to honor the vets. It's going to be quite an event. All the way around.
One of the great aspects of the air show, and one of the reasons that you are able to do an air show now, is because of the improvements at the airport. And I think that can't be discounted, that we really have a showcase in our airport.
We definitely have a showcase up here in the runway's been improved. The approaches have been improved. It's really, it's just a gem in the rough, really. It needs to be promoted a little bit more, of course, and this is going to help do that. Airports are really important overall for a community, not just for airplanes to come in and land or take off in, but they bring commerce to the area. A lot of bigger businesses have key people that they need to move around, and things in the future, even though aviation is changing a little bit, an airport will still be key to the community. And that's really what we want to showcase out there, along with a lot of entertainment that we've never had before.
I think that economic impact is going to be more and more evident as Indiana County, people say Indiana County's out there on its own little island. It's not near anything, but it actually is. It's near everything. And that's what makes us a real cornerstone, I think, in Western Pennsylvania, in terms of potential, and if corporations can latch on to that, then that's certainly going to be a great advantage. I know the county is really banking on that. Yeah,
the county is really banking on it, and we really have to thank the Indiana County Center for Economic Operations and their affiliates, the Tourist Bureau and everything, for their support of this air show. Without them, it probably would have been just about impossible to do, especially on the scale that we're doing it. Nathaniel has just worked tirelessly to make this thing happen. He's had a lot of good help with Kathy and Doris and Walter, me, and Rick. But, without them and without Nathaniel kind of driving the train here, we wouldn't be where we're at.
Yeah, let's say he's driving the plane.
Yeah, piloting the plane.
There you go. Okay. There you go. All right, so let's talk about the show itself and what people will experience on June 9th and 10th.
Okay. The show itself, like I said, will have vendors, a lot of kid activities, which Kathy has mentioned before, and the air show performers. We're going to have a T6, which is a World War II trainer, but it's fully aerobatic. It can do a lot of things that not quite as fast as some of the other aerobatic performers maybe that you've seen in some of the other air shows. But that and a gentleman who, let's see, I have some notes here. The gentleman who is going to be Scott Francis, who's going to be flying an MXS, which is just a mono-wing airplane, but fully aerobatic, and some of the things he can do in that are almost insane. And then Paul Doherty is going to have his Christian Eagle here, which is a biplane very similar to, people know, a Pitts, which is just a small aerobatic airplane, and he's going to be doing some crazy things with that. And then on top of that, Dave Schultz has really arranged to have some flyovers by, I think, the refueling wing from Pittsburgh from 9/11.
Oh, yeah.
So a C-130 and whatever is going to be coming over. And then we'll have the Coast Guard is coming, and they plan, if the weather cooperates with us, plan on doing a basket pickup which
oh yeah,
demo, which is pretty interesting for them to watch. And then state police will be there with their. I don't know if they're going to actually do anything, but they'll be with us on the airport. So, along with that and the other activities, we have a static display, the Candy Bomber, which is a C-54. It's a huge 4-engine airplane that they used, and this one was mainly used during the Berlin airlift.
Yeah.
And part of the thing that they did was the candy drop, and we're going to duplicate that on a small scale, but we should have some candy bars and some parachutes for the kids to catch at a certain point during the show.
What a wonderful thing.
So the schedule will all be on JimmyStewartAirport.com of what is coming.
Yeah. When we think about the airport festival of the past years and then improving it to the point where now it is an air show, it's a tremendous leap of faith by a lot of people.
Big time.
And they should be saluted. I mean, this is something that I think, we get so bogged down in thinking, okay, this is what you should be doing, others should be doing. But we need to understand that in order for people to bring things such as this to Indiana County, they need support. They need people who are willing to take the risks to step up, and therefore they need the public to come out and let them know that this is something they want.
Yeah, and that's the main thing. This is for the community, so that they are more aware. Full confession here, I'm from the Latrobe area, but I have been involved with the Jimmy Stewart Air Festival for probably the last 8 years on some scale, because I flew with the Civil Air Patrol up here, which got me involved with the airport. But I've been involved in all the festivals for quite a few years, and I've also been involved with Latrobe, and I've watched Latrobe go from just a festival similar to what we had up here all the way to, this year it's going to be the Thunderbirds. But
it's craziness.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
People really
and I've
turn
seen
out.
Latrobe Airport grow because of, some progressive thinking on their parts. And the same thing can happen to Indiana. They need the community support, though, obviously. And, just to drive the fact that we do have this airport here and it's accessible to everybody.
Yeah, yeah. The Jimmy Stewart airplane itself is a part of this air show as well.
Yeah, a big part of it. And that was a rare find to get that back into the area, and then actually to be able to, and part of the funding with the coins that we have for sale that maybe people have seen notice of, but if they go on the website, it's a challenge coin, and it's a limited edition. We got the permission from the family, Jimmy Stewart's family, to use his image on it, and that's going to be a one-time deal once these are gone. But the funding that we're raising with that is going towards the 310 project to get that up on a pedestal so it's on permanent display at the airport.
Yeah.
And then part of it will be for the air show.
John Miller is with us. We're talking about the Jimmy Stewart Air Show, which is going to be happening on June 9th and 10th, of course, at the Jimmy Stewart Airport. There are some traditions of the festival that will still be taking place. The Hangar Dance is one of those. We talked with Walter Schroth and Bob Hedlund from the Beaver Bobcats on Friday. And the Civil Air Patrol Pancake and Sausage Breakfast is a big part of the air show as well.
Big part of it, right. And that will be, they should do pretty good at that this year.
I would hope.
This will draw in a lot more people than we've had at the festivals, and we look forward to that and see how they do with that.
As you
hopefully
said,
they're prepared.
as you said, of course, they can see the full schedule of things that will be taking place at Jimmy Stewart Airport. Is it .org.com? Which is it?
It's .com.
.com. It's
yeah,
at JimmyStewartAirport.com, and you can look at the full schedule of activities that will be there, including the World War II reenactments and all of the kids' features.
There really are so many activities. The classic cars are going to be there, which has always been a part of the festival. And I'm probably forgetting about, hot air balloons.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hot air, actually, provided the wind doesn't get too crazy on us, he's going to do a tethered hot air balloon ride. and people will actually have a chance to see just how big those things are on the ground. They're going to have a ground display also.
Yeah.
And Skydive Pittsburgh, so we're going to have some skydivers there, which will be pretty neat. Prozac Auto Body is the gentleman who's providing the sponsorship for the classic cars and bringing those in. So
big
that should
deals.
be a pretty big deals.
Big doings coming
all the
to
way
the
around.
Jimmy Stewart Air Show, June 9th and June 10th. Again, you can go to JimmyStewartAirport.com and look up the schedule. For you and for all of the committee members, this doesn't just happen. It takes an awful lot of dedication and probably some uncertainty, because I know getting these airplanes to be able to come to this area takes a lot. It's a very expensive thing for the airplane owners themselves to get the pilots to be able to do it. And especially some of the historic aircraft, it takes a lot to keep them in the air.
Oh, it takes a ton to keep them in the air. Charlie Cartledge, who has the TBM, the Avenger, the same plane that George Bush flew, he restored that, if you could see. And he's going to do a presentation about the restoration and a little bit about the history of the aircraft. But if you could have seen the aircraft when he picked it up and bought it originally to its current state. And we have... Actually, for the first time, he's been here before and just really loves the people in Indiana, and actually are going to have a wing walk for him, so people will be able to come across and actually see what the configuration is to sit in that airplane. And it's unbelievable what our guys went through back then, and what they flew and how they flew it. It's real eye-opener. Compared to modern luxury jets or whatever that you see the pictures of now. So.
It has always fascinated me how quickly the changes came once World War II began in aviation.
Huge.
How a fighter plane just created in 1 year was obsolete the next year because a new model had come on that could do so much more. And how they were able to do that that quickly is just an amazing thing. Well, we're looking forward to this air show so much here in Indiana. It's going to be a real game changer for Indiana County avionics. It's really going to be something, the Jimmy Stewart Airport. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Oh, thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure, and we're looking forward to the air show. Again, you can go to JimmyStewartAirport.com and find out the full schedule, read so much more. And I think we're going to have Nathaniel Arthurs come in and visit with us again later this week.
Right, with Dave Schultz. That should be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Give you some more details.
Well, good time with that.